Hello dear students. So our today topic is what are the various type of structure we have. So you know that guys, in a structure analysis subject we need to deal with the different structure like trusses, like cables, like rigid jointed structure, and these structure we have to analyze on different loading conditions also. But before analyzing those structure you need to understand how you can classify the structure basically, and which type of structure you have to actually analyze in your subject. So let's understand the classification of the various type of structure we may have. So you can classify the structure in three category. First one is skeleton structure, second one is surface structure, and third one is solid structure. Now the question is, sir, what is skeleton, what is surface, and what is solid structure? Let's understand one by one what are they actually. So the first one is basically the skeleton structure. As you can see here guys, this is a frame of a building in which the columns and the beams are there, which is connected together, and you may have the frame of the structure, and such type of structure can be known as skeleton structure. Now in this particular structure, the main thing is the length of a member, whether it is column or whether it is beam, because in these structure you just know the length of a member and the other dimension is not known to us 100%. You can say that the width is not fixed or the depth is not fixed yet, but we know the dimension of length, and according to that we are trying to analyze these type of structure, and that's why it is known as line structure also, in which one of the dimension is very significant as compared to other two dimension, right? So it can be a 2D one, it can be a 3D one also, but if the member are represented by using a line, that is known as line structure or skeleton structure. Let's understand the next one, which is known as surface structure. As you can see here guys, this is a dome. So in dome, what happened basically, the two dimensions are very significant as compared to the thickness of the dome, and that's why it is known as surface structure, because you need to analyze the structure by using the surface area of the structure which is given to us. If you consider the slab also, in case of slab, what we are trying to do, we are trying to take an element or a portion of 1 cross 1 meter square area, and we are trying to find out the bending moment and the area of steel according to that. That's why it is known as surface structure, in which the two dimensions are very significant, but the third one is very lesser as compared to other two dimensions. The next one is basically the solid structure. In the solid structure, all three dimensions are significant, and we need to use the volume of the structure or the weight of the structure for their analysis, right? So as you can see here guys, this is basically a gravity dam. In case of gravity dam, you need to consider the weight, or you can say that the volume of the whole structure, right? So that you can find out what are the various type of resisting force you can develop by using the weight of the structure or the volume of the structure. You know that guys, the gravity dam may fail in the sliding condition, overturning conditions. So these type of condition can be resisted by what? The weight of this particular structure itself, right? And to find out the weight, we need to use the volume, and that's why it is known as solid structure. But the question is, in our structure analysis, which type of structure which we have to give focus? Basically, it is a skeleton structure. So in your syllabus of GATE and ESE, you need to analyze majorly the skeleton structures. Now let's understand what are the various type of skeleton structure and how we can classify them. So there are basically three criteria by which you can classify it. One is on the basis of dimension. So on the basis of dimension, it can be a 2D one or it can be a 3D one. What is 2D? If the forces which is present in this particular structure will lie on a single plane, that is 2D structure. If the forces or the members are lie on a multiple planes, that is known as 3D structure. So it doesn't matter whether it is a 2D structure or 3D structure, but all the members are represented by a line. That's why it is known as skeleton structure also, right? The next one is basically on the basis of indeterminacy. Now you know that guys, you have already learned these type of condition in your college also or in school also. Let us suppose if I give you two equation and two variables, x plus y is equal to 20, 2x plus y is equal to 40. So in that particular case, you are able to find out the value of x and y easily, because two equation and two variable are there, we can do the problem very easily. But if I give you two equation with three variables, so it is very difficult to find out all three variables, right? Let us suppose x plus y plus z is equal to 20 and 2x plus y plus 3z is equal to 40. So in that case, two variable you can solve, but one of the variable is unknown still. So in that condition, you can call it as indeterminate. But if the number of variables and the number of equations are same, then you can call it as determinate one. So guys, determinate structure are those structure in which the total number of reaction and the total number of equations, equilibrium equations are same, that is known as determinate structure. The indeterminate structure are those structure in which the total number of reactions are greater as compared to the total number of equations which is available, equilibrium equation which is available. In that situation, you need to develop the extra equation by using the method of structure analysis, and that's why you need to learn this subject to analyze the indeterminate structure mainly, right? The third type of classification of the skeleton structure is on the basis of type of joint. So there are basically two type of condition. One is rigid jointed structure and second one is pin jointed structure. So guys, if we talk about the rigid jointed structure, so in case of rigid jointed structure, the each and every member will have three type of reaction like shear force, bending moment and axial force. But in case of pin jointed structure, only axial force will develop, and such type of structure is also known as truss, right? So this is the basic difference between the pin jointed and rigid jointed structure, which you have to remember according to the internal reaction condition, right? So I hope now you are able to understand what are the various type of structure which may have, and you need to analyze only the skeleton structure in the structure analysis subject as well as in the strength of material subject also. Okay, so thank you so much guys for joining the session. Let's meet in the next one.